So we'll have to do that for the next one.
We're live on TikTok.
TikTok and
Tick-
YouTube.
TikTok, YouTube, what up? What up, everybody? Man, I'm feeling good today. I wanted to read something at the start of our episode. Let me find it, though. And normally how we start each episode anyway is what I'm grateful for. And what I'm grateful for the most is having the ability to be able to sit and talk and help people. I love the fact that I can help people all the time, that people trust me. People come to me, they talk, they vent, they look for advice of any kind, and I'm appreciative of that every day because I've been given a gift that I don't take, that I try not to take for granted. So I wish I could take credit for all the things that come out of my mouth, but it's bestowed to me, and so then I share. Mad Hatter, what up? And so it's important that I'm grateful for that, right? It's important that I let it be known that I'm grateful for that. Grateful for being trusted. So yeah, I feel that starting the day. I hope start the day out with a bang. Let's get this thing going. So I wanted to read something to you that goes along with helping my fellow man out. And hopefully this will really touch your souls and really, really reach you, right? So life guarantees pain and suffering, but you control how you respond. Choose growth over stagnation. Embrace the physical soreness, the mental exhaustion, and emotional struggle. Transform pain into strength, and in the process become a fulfilled, resilient version of yourself. Quote, Mark Shaw Evans. So the one thing that I've been really skirting around, I would say, is men's mental awareness, men's quote unquote mental health. And I'll just say men, period. I'm always trying to be balanced in talking to women, talking to men, giving advice when I'm asked. But more and more in my own life, I'm noticing that, man, it's not always easy for me to open up and talk to men. And then after Sunday, now I know I haven't put the whole video out, but Sunday, a couple Sundays ago, we did a live video, and I did it with my wife, and just talking about cultural differences and differences in how we approach things. And it really honed in that, man, there's so many men out here struggling. And then I had a close friend of mine come to me and need to come talk to me because he was struggling. He struggling mentally, struggling emotionally, to the point where it's like, ending the day seems like a very viable solution. And it's heartbreaking to see people close to you and go through that, especially when you know you're here. And I was extremely grateful for him to come talk to me. I was extremely grateful that he took the time and chose to be vulnerable. That's not easy. And I look at the next generation. I look at my son's generation, right? My son's 14. And his generation, they talk about feelings all the time. Well, I feel this and I feel that, but they don't, and I've talked about it before, where they don't have maybe the work ethic or the drive put behind them because they're told that if things get uncomfortable, they can walk away. Well, my generation, I'm 44, right? We're taught not to acknowledge our feelings. Like, cool, you're sad, keep going. You're in pain, keep going. You're in love, keep going. Like, you're happy, keep going. And no matter what, wake up and keep going. And that's great. I believe that we all should have that. I believe as men, we should have that gear. We should find a way to keep going forward, find a way to keep progressing in life, and keep talking, and keep working and keep doing what we got to do. But there's so many of us that don't have any men to talk to. We don't have a we don't have a way to express ourselves because one, we just don't have what I like to call a wolf pack. We don't have somebody that we could go to that maybe's been there, right? That's experienced that. Or maybe someone else that's experienced this right now. Now we could just bounce ideas back and forth. And what happens is that we beat ourselves down and we lose track of ourselves. And I see Matt Hatter said we were raised not to walk away, deal with it. Exactly. So because we don't walk away and we continue to deal with it, our way of dealing with it is just work every day. And that's great until that's not the answer anymore. It went black over here, just so you know. So we keep working, and keep working and keep working and we keep putting ourselves through this ringer. And we're just like, hey, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna just keep doing the day to day. And it's like all of a sudden we're a shell of what we really are supposed to be. And it's something that's been on my mind about starting like a group for men to be able to talk. And now I know for sure it's something I'm launching. It's something I have to do because there's too many of us out there struggling. And so my best friend is sitting here, one of my best friends is sitting there talking to me. And I'm like, man, this sucks, bro. And I'm like, I've been there. And it dawned on me that I never once told my friends about the incident where I'm holding the gun to my head. I shared it with all of you, but I never shared it with them. So I sit there and I tell them, what up, Bones? Oh, man. That's what's up. New York in the building. Oh, that's what's up. So, oh yeah, men don't get to express a lot because we're judged more than anybody, especially men of color. Yeah, I won't dispute that for sure. We are definitely judged. But I'll get to that point in a second, right? So I told my friend about the story. Like, I'm going through a divorce, and this divorce isn't what I had planned, right? There were lots of things going on, but the biggest thing was multiple infidelities by my wife, or ex-wife, I should say. And so, and I just accepted it and kept going and accepted it and kept going. And it's like, it was just beating me down. And now I'm like, I'm done. So now we're separated, going through all the processes of getting a divorce. I'm into it, like just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And on top of COVID, so I can't even run my business the same way because I'm close to the public. So now I don't even know if I'm going to, right? I don't even know if I'm going to successfully be able to keep my business. The only people I'm training are my fighters still. And we're close to the public. I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet. I'm struggling, going through this. And I'm like, you know what? Everybody will just be better if I'm gone, right? I need peace in my life. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm all by myself. I'm in my gym parking lot. I'm in my car. I pull out my gun. I load it up. I put one in the chamber, and I'm like, hey, we got to go. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm sobbing and like these tears, crocodile tears. And I'm just like, I'm done. And I put the gun to my head, and I'm like, I'm done. And instantly at that moment, all these flashes of every lesson I've ever told my kids, because I have a 20-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. And it's like all these messages of don't you quit, keep pushing. There's tomorrow. You can conquer anything. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to keep going. You got to keep doing this. And all these messages and all these talks hit me. And I put the gun down and I cry harder than I've ever cried in my life. Right? And I realized at that moment that I've kept all this stuff in so much that I'm broken. I've cracked. And the funny thing is, I'm cracked at all the scars I never addressed. And I've constantly been just pushing forward, showing up, following my dreams, trying to raise my kids, trying to be the best man I possibly can, trying to appease everybody else. My ex-wife says she wants this, this, and this, and this. So I tried my damnedest to make this, this, and this happen. And then she wants this, this, and this. And it's like, well, you don't even know what you want. And and after it's all said and done, I realized, like, who's looking out for me? Right? And I slowly start piecing myself back together. I'm all of a sudden reading different books, listening to different podcasts, listening to different videos. And I can't fight, right? COVID's going on. I got fighters to train. I'm worried about I'm going through all this. I'm not even thinking about fighting myself. So now a different version of me comes out. And I think I'm all good until I walk into the studio and I start chopping it up with my guy Corey over here. And I tell him about my goals. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to do a podcast. I'm really good at interviewing people. You know this already. I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about, just what people are going through. I want to talk about their lives. I want to dive into it. And I've talked about this before, how we've gone through 3 or 4 different versions of this podcast until we got here. And I can't tell you all the pain and hurt and tears that I've shared talking about my childhood, about being raped and abused and called the N-word and just beaten down and just treated like dog crap. And it's like sharing it allowed me to make room for healing. And it's been dawning on me more and more that men, especially in our age group and in my age group, we just don't talk. And it eats our soul up. And because we don't talk, nobody tells us to forgive. I had to tell my friend, forgive your wife. Stay or leave, you must forgive. Because the forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. So we can heal and move on. And that sounds like some real sucker stuff. If you would have told me that when I was 20-something, forgive this person, I'd be like, forgive them for what? They shouldn't have did it. But it's a limited mind frame. It's a limited emotional space. You're putting limits on what you can be. And that's what happens when we keep everything inside. I'm not saying that we should go to a therapist all the time. I'm not saying that we should go complain about our lives. I'm not saying all that every day. But I'm saying, like, once a week, once a month, once every couple weeks, we should be able to sit down with other like-minded men and chop it up. We should be able to say, yo, that sucks, man. And then be able to give advice. Because the difference with men and women, I will say, is that when a woman starts complaining, she doesn't want that damn solution. And I'm not saying that we always want solutions at the start, but we damn sure before we walk away, we want advice. We don't want to walk away just empty. No, we want to empty the tank and hopefully gain some advice that can help us and then see if we can apply that stuff to our life. It's choosing what pain you want to go through. Because no matter what, that pain is there already, right? The pain that I went through is still in my soul. It's in my heart. It's never going anywhere. It's there. But being able to talk about it, be open, and then taking advice allows me to move over that scratch in the record and go forward. And if I need to use that pain, I could use it. So when I'm training, like I'm training for a fight right now. When I'm training and like I just used it a couple Sundays ago, I had nothing left. We were on like the 18th 3-minute round. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going an hour straight of training. And I have nothing left. And now they're pushing me even harder. And I bite down and I hit even harder. Bang, 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 bang. And I'm smacking harder. I'm just going into the depths of my soul. I'm going into hell and pulling out demons and like, hey, I need you now. Whap, whap, whap. And I'm just beating the crap out of pads, right? And I finished those 2 rounds, and going to hell led me to heaven because now I feel great, right? I feel great. But I had to go through that pain. How much would I be limited if I wasn't able to express that pain, right? If I wasn't able to get it out? That would suck. And then eventually I would be back in that car with the gun, and maybe this time I finish the job. And now I mess up my kids in a worse way. Right? It's like, oh man, we got a lot of stuff in here. Yes, please. Matt Hatter, thank you. Keep liking. Okay, why are you so, okay, keep going. Can you scroll up a little bit higher? Okay, men definitely need a safe place. Men definitely need a safe space. Also for us that want to support the men. Also for us that want to support the men in our lives and how to. It builds up. I'm really sorry to hear that. Why are you so close to the public? I was close to the public during COVID, man. I'm not close anymore. As a man, I never feel safe anymore. My mental health is a mess. I work so hard and still make it. Eeyore, don't do it. I'm here for you one day at a time. We see you, brother. Forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be in this situation. Grown man finally learns empathy. Yes, it's necessary for growth based on what data. Toast Jelly, I need to know what you're talking about. Based on what data? Men invest, women divest. Yeah, man, it starts with self-love. You control you. Yes. Like, so, yeah, of course. I've already moved on from what I've been through, right? And I've forgiven myself for wanting to give up on myself, right? And I've forgiven my stepfather. I've forgiven my mom. I forgave my ex-wife. I didn't even realize that's what I needed to do with my ex-wife, right? And this is what I told my boy too. I'm like, I can honestly say that I didn't do everything I could to save that marriage because I did not forgive my ex-wife before I left. I forgave her after I left. That doesn't mean that I believe I made the wrong decision. I love my wife. Like my wife right now, like I love my wife. She builds a great home. Of course, we get into it like any married couple, but I love my wife. My wife holds me down. However, with that said, I also know that I didn't do everything I could in my previous marriage because I did not forgive. And that is the one aspect that I make sure I bring to this marriage. If my current wife and I get into it, I forgive her. I don't want to keep score. I don't want to do any of that. It's not about right or wrong to me. What is the problem? Let's solve the damn problem. I forgive what you said, forgive what I've said. Like, let's move on. Let's solve the damn problem. And so I've taken those lessons and applied it to my life coming forward. And I'm more open about my feelings now. I'm more transparent about it. I am what I would consider an emotionally intelligent creature that's still a caveman. Don't get it twisted. I'm still a caveman. There's still things that this society has in place that I don't agree with completely, right? And that's okay. I'm a caveman. I'll be that. So, but I know how to express my emotions. I don't just bottle them in anymore. I talk it through. Like, I feel this way, right? But it doesn't stop me from working. It doesn't stop me from making things happen. I shut it off, do my job as a coach, do my job the way I'm supposed to do it as a gym owner. I do my job as far as getting on this podcast. I do my job as far as getting on social media or working on my book or doing whatever job I'm doing, mentoring kids, whatever it is. I shut off my personal life. I walk into it like this and I do my job regardless of what I'm feeling. And to me, that is the utmost, most important thing that a man must do. But a man also has to learn how to express his emotions in a way so he can get it off his chest, because at the end of the day, we're still human. And because we're still humans, part of the way we function is getting it off our chest. We have to express it in a way so people can understand. If I'm going to talk to my wife, right, about what I'm feeling, like Saturday, I was so emotionally and physically dead from training, training others, teaching MMA class, working on our patio out in the sun, all like just doing all this stuff nonstop, just work. I'm running on empty. And I tell her, like, man, I'm really sore. I'm scared that I'm not gonna make it to my fight, that my body's not gonna hold up. It's ligaments are torn everywhere, 3 knee surgeries. Like, am I gonna make it? And I'm afraid, am I doing the right thing? And I just expressed my feelings, and my wife's like, like, that makes sense to think like that. I didn't need her to solve it. I just needed to talk. I just needed to say it, right? And I'm blessed that I have a wife that can hear it. Now, if she couldn't hear it, I might write it in my journal. I might say it out loud to myself. I may talk to myself, or I might talk to one of my boys. Corey may have heard me talk about it today if I was still going through it, right? You guys could be hearing it right now if I was still going through it. So I've learned how to communicate that. And so I know I'm going to be launching this group, right? Where men can talk, where we could talk amongst each other, give each other some advice, help each other out. But in the meantime, make sure that you got a core group that you could talk to, right? Find people you could talk to. And if someone dares tell me that, oh, we're men, we don't need to talk, I call BS, right? We need to talk. We need to be able to vent about our stuff. We can't just let it get in the way of our daily lives. We still got to go function as men. We got to go make things happen, right? We got people that look to us. So we got to make that happen. Now, there was something, wait a minute, men don't get to express a lot because we're judged more than anyone else, especially men of color. See, I call a little BS on that one, right? Because I'll say this first. Why not have the confidence within yourself to not care if others judge you? Because I don't crap what they eat and vice versa. So if they judge me, that's on them. In the Holy Quran, in the Bible, in almost every religious text, it says don't judge. That's not our place. Not our place to judge. So if it's not our place to judge, if someone starts judging you, whatever, keep it pushing. And I'm not saying it doesn't hurt if they judge harshly. I'm just saying, like, let that go. Let that go. Because they must be going through something if they want to judge. That's fine. That's on them. Let them be cool. You want to judge? Fine. I know you can't be part of the people I talk to. So be it. Right? There's a dope, I don't want to say podcast, but it's called Tonight's Conversations, right? And a woman came up because they tour now, and they go from city to city, and they have these great discussions about men, women, relationships, sex, all this stuff. And it's all people of color, mainly. And this woman came up and said, my man's sensitive, he's soft. And I believe it was Tripp who said, you don't want your man hard all the time. You don't want him to, like, bury his emotions all the time, because that man has nothing for you. That man can't be there for you. A man that's emotionally intelligent and can express his emotions will know how to be empathetic for your needs as well. So I get it. It's scary for women. If a man opens up and he communicates his emotions and he's emotionally intelligent, it could be scary for a woman because she doesn't know what to do with that. But understand, women, we don't need you to necessarily, quote unquote, give us solutions. We may just need you to hug us. We may need you to hold us down. Let us be soft with you so we can go hold off the rest of the world, and then we can be soft for you. See how I flipped that? Let us be soft with you so we can be soft for you, because you don't want to come to your man going through it and he's just giving you solutions and he's not even being empathetic. He's just like telling you, this is what you do to deal with it, blah, 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 blah. I used to be that man, right? I know for a fact I used to be that man. If a woman would bring me a problem, I give her a solution. and tell her, yo, the feelings you feeling, that's not logical. Why are you feeling that right now? Cool, you can feel that, but why is that stopping? Like, I would give it a logical answer. There was no empathy because I didn't know how to be emotionally intelligent enough to express myself. It was like, no, I got to show up every day and put in the work. I got to show up every day and logically process this. So, why aren't you doing the same? Right? That's wrong. It doesn't make sense. Forgiving is what I can't do. I'm not that mature, I guess. I carry that stuff with me for those people. Look, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. And yes, it takes a mature person, but I don't mean mature person as far as probably the way you're thinking of it. I could be wrong. Forgiving someone else allows you the space for you to grow, right? It doesn't mean the pain is gone. Doesn't mean the scars are gone. Nobody can go back and make me feel better about being raped, right? Nobody can go back and make me feel better for being called the N-word constantly. Nobody can go back and make me feel better for being beaten. You can't take that pain away. What I can do is choose to live in the present moment and today, because that's not happening today. That isn't happening today, right? That happened back here. So instead of living back here, I'm choosing to live up here. And in order to get up here, I have to forgive and move forward. The pain is still there. I could always use that pain. Always. Any day, all day. I could call that up like it's nothing. I went through that suffering already. Nothing I could do about it. I can't go back in time. And even if I could, I don't know if I would change that. Because all that pain and suffering I went through allows me to be more empathetic today. Boom. So realize that you forgive people for what they did for you. So you no longer have to look in that mirror, that cracked mirror that's your soul, and try to look good in that cracked mirror. No, just repair the mirror. Repair the mirror and you're good. What do we man, I'm missing a lot, huh? Make sure y'all keep liking. Where we at?
These ones.
No, can you go up a little bit more?
Yep.
Amen. Yeah, man. It starts with self-love. Man, okay, keep going. Facts. I'm sorry, I'm reading off TikTok here. I'm reading what people are saying. So, Half Pint, what's up? Girl Pride Month is over. What are you talking about? What? All right, I don't know what you're talking about, man. When people have bad energy about me, it's motivation, makes me know I'm doing something right. Yeah, like, sus, okay, this person's just talking, I see. Is this a rerun? Okay. I don't even know what he's talking about right now. All right, keep going. But not everybody can be happy and smile more. But not everyone can be happy and smile more. Some people are going through things. Yeah. So, of course you're going through things. Here, I'm gonna read this quote again that I put out. It went in my gym's newsletter, right? So we put out a newsletter every single week, and it's always got quotes in there. Half the time it's quotes that I put. Nikki, what's up? I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I love first timers. Let me spit it now. Life guarantees pain and suffering, but you control how you respond. Choose growth over stagnation. Embrace the physical soreness, mental exhaustion, and emotional struggle. Transform pain into strength, and in the process, become fulfilled, resilient version of yourself. My quote, right? So you're going to go through pain. And no, you cannot smile all the time, even though I try to like wear a smile and be whatever, but you're going to go through pain. Now, are you going to sit down and say, oh, woe is me? Oh, I can't handle this pain. It's tough. It's da. Or you're going to get up and face that. Get up and go through it and face it. And what I'm saying is that as men, we need to spend more time talking amongst ourselves and helping each other out. Nikki, don't waste time with people. Don't waste time. Don't even bother. Oh, thank you, Virgo World. Thank you. For real, like when you really break it down, I'm going to go through pain every day. When I wake up, I feel pain. Most time it's physical. Most time it's my shoulders or my legs or whatever. But if I'm going to feel that pain, I want to know that I worked out the day before. I want to know that I did something to earn that pain. Because you're going to have the same pain from sitting around, right? If you sit around all the time, you're going to feel that pain. Your body's going to be stiff. It's going to be sore. I'd rather it be sore from doing something that's helping me. If my heart's going to be hurt, I want it to be hurt because I'm doing something productive with my life. If my brain, if I'm going to be tired, I'm going to be worn out, I want it to be because I'm doing something, not because I sat around not doing something.
This is an interesting one to address.
You creators get on TikTok and think you can change people their feelings when you can't. Wait, you creators get on TikTok and think you could change people and their feelings when you can't. You're right. You're right. I cannot change a person. You control you. So thank you. You control you. I cannot change you. What I can do is share with you my experiences. I can be open and transparent. I can tell you the truth based on my point of view and what I went through, what I used to combat that, what I did to get here. How I went from a kid that was molested and called the N-word and beaten and gangbang and sliced up and almost didn't graduate school to now running businesses. I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm not sitting here balling like that. I work hard and my family's well taken care of. How I got to be in my second marriage, my kids are flourishing. And I'm sitting here telling you, this is what I did. This is where I messed up. This is how I did this. This is how I could have done it differently. And then help out as much as I can. But you're right. The change is on you. I can't do nothing to that. Because just like people gave me advice when I was a kid, people tried to help me when I was a kid, and I was a knucklehead and did whatever I had to do. You can't change somebody else, but what you can do is be there to help other people and share love. To give love, to give caring, to give empathy, to give a voice, to give an ear, to listen, to communicate. That's what you could do. And if that person, and give advice, and if that person still chooses not to change their life, then so be it. You control you. The decisions you make today affect you tomorrow. You're right, I can't do nothing to change that. I can't do anything to change people. But you know what? There might be someone that tunes in today that may have put that gun up to their head and heard me talk about how I had a gun up to my head and I was ready to end it. And I didn't because of this, and this, and this. And if it keeps them from doing it for one more day, well, that's worth it to me. All day long.
We'll go to this one first.
Some people need to hear it on me. Yeah. First time here, also shot you a follow. Man, thank you, Lucky. I appreciate you. You soft it's a turn off. Well, good. I ain't trying to turn you on. I'm good with that. I'm a nurse practitioner and I do it for compassion, not the money. There you go, Nikki. There you go. And I know your job is stressful. My ex-wife is a nurse. Like, I know the medical field is all jacked up and that's hard every day. So we appreciate you. Yes, but not everybody can get to where you are mentally, and that's completely ignored. It's not about being where I am, right? It's about hopefully they could do better. And hopefully better yet, not even better than me, hopefully they could become better than what they are today, tomorrow. Right? Why do we read books? Why do we listen to music? We get messages. Like, I listen to DMX still today. And I'm blown away by it. When I hear the message, I'm like, oh man, DMX is really spitting. To me, DMX is one of the greatest philosophers of all time. When you really break down the lyrics, I'm still learning. This is also the problem with men. We stop learning. We think we know it all. We think we got enough. We don't. You can have a six-pack, be chiseled, and still be emotionally and mentally dumb. So now you need to work on your emotional side. We should be working on it all at the same time. But sometimes you got to put in a little more work somewhere else to be emotionally intelligent, to be smart enough to hold down a conversation, right? I'm not here to try to change people. I'm here to talk about my life, and hopefully it helps others. You ask me a question, I'm going to help you to the best of my knowledge, right? That's all I can do. If it helps one person, then that's dope. If I didn't help anybody today, man, that sucks. But I'm still going to work, because maybe tomorrow somebody will hear this and it'll help them. That's all I can do, is pour out love and try to help others. I believe that we have no limits. I believe that if we dream something, we can make it happen. Now, I'm a big dude. If I believed I could be an astronaut now, the odds aren't on my side, right? That's not a dream meant for me. But if I started pursuing that dream and went to school and took all these classes and learned how to fly and do all this stuff, it'll probably put me in a different place in my life that I am meant to be in. Right? So it's just about believing that we're limitless, man. And continue to learn. And if you vibe with me, you vibe with what I'm saying, then dope. If you like what I said and you want to apply it to your life, dope. It's why I read all of Robert Greene's books, the 48 Laws of Power, the 33 Strategies of War, the 50th Law of Power, the Art of Seduction, the Mastery, like all these stuff. Because it's sharing knowledge that I didn't have before, and then seeing how I can apply it to my life. Do I like it in my life? Do I not like it in my life? Do I want to use it? Do I not want to use it? How do I master this? It's why, like, I listen to other coaches when they're working with fighters. Oh, man, that's dope the way he worded that. I wouldn't say it like that, but maybe it spawns an idea for me to word it differently, right? So I might spit something on the reason why I didn't take my life, and maybe you don't have kids, right? For me, it was like, don't give all the messages I gave my kids. But now maybe you think about, oh yeah, I shouldn't give up. Well, then damn, we hit a home run. And let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Man, Virgo World, I appreciate that, man. Tapping in from the Bronx. BX in the building.
This is the back and forth.
Okay, so you got, what is this? Wait, what? So you got D'd up, and so that guy's just trolling. That guy's trolling because no one's asking for pity. No one's asking for pity. So like, the point is, you can change. Be stronger than your excuses. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. And Mike, I see your videos all the time. So like, that stuff gets me going. Mike's over there lifting up these big old plates with his fingertips and lifting them up. I'm like, oh man, if he's getting to it, I better get to it. That's the problem in this world. You think everyone is hating when I'm not.
I think that's a back and forth.
Oh, I mean, I never thought he was hating. I needed this. You talking that BS though? Oh, so be it. Just stumbled on this live. What are we talking about? Yes, coach. Facts. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep pushing. What? And without my dad died at 7, my mom on hospice, and I'm the only child, and I sometimes still want. Yeah, that sounds tough, yo. Gigo. Coast. to throw. Yeah, you like Nikki. No one would have. What's the word? Everybody would have understood why you threw in the towel. But think about the message that you have now. You didn't throw in the towel, and you kept pushing. And look at how much stronger you are now. Love you too, man. But what's in it for you? Because me and you know nobody. What you mean? What? All right, man. Like, here, do you know what I get out of it? If one person messages me and tells me this helped them, I cannot tell you how good that makes me feel. So yes, it's selfish. It's selfish to help somebody else out. because the feeling it gives you cannot be quantified by money. When someone sends me a message, man, I needed to hear that. Man, all these comments, man, I needed to hear that. Every word means something. Like that comment right there that you just, hey, yeah, bro, every word means something. Like, man, that touches my soul. What are you talking about? I'll take that over money all day. Because that's a feeling I could keep. When the money's gone, I remember having that money. But this feeling never goes away. And that's what I get out of it. Because I am a firm believer. When you get to a certain level, you start pulling people up. Now, I'm not saying I can't give a millionaire advice, right, about money because they got more money than me. But I believe I'm at a place emotionally and mentally that I can help others get to a certain level. And I'm still learning every day to become better. Plus, I learn better by teaching, by giving knowledge to others, because it hones in the message for me. It reminds me, oh man, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I got to take my own advice on this one, right? I ain't got kids, but I wouldn't end it because I know I'm better than most of the population. You know, that's an interesting mind frame. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but if you want to believe that you're better than people, so be it. I look at life like it's not my place to judge. It's not my place to believe I'm better than anybody else. I have more experience with certain things that means that I'm a more experienced person. But if I start believing that I'm better than people, my ego will be out of control. I cannot believe that I'm better than anyone else because that's not my place to say. Just because I have more money than you or more money than a person doesn't mean that I'm better than that person. Because I might have more schooling than that person doesn't mean I'm better than that person. Just because I have a house and a car, that doesn't mean I'm better than a person. Because I've seen plenty of people that didn't graduate high school, that live on the street, will have $20 and give that $20 to a kid that is in need, even though they needed that $20 too, right? What defines being better than someone else? Money? There's plenty of people with money that will steal, lie, cheat, steal, kill for it. Right? There's plenty of people that are highly intelligent with multiple college degrees that don't function well in society, that are mean, that don't care. I don't want to be better than anybody else. I just want to be me. I want to be better. You know what? I want to be better than me yesterday. And I want tomorrow's version to be better than me today. And that's all I can do. I want my kids to be better, but not better than anybody else. I just want my kids to continue to be better. I want my wife to continue to be better. I want my kids to be better than me. That's about it. Blessing from South Georgia. The real question is, how is your mental health? It's cool. I'm always chilling. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. What do you think about a woman that cheats on you on Valentine's Day? Oh, well, man. I don't know if the day makes a difference. To be honest, I don't know if a day makes a difference in the cheating. Valentine's Day is a made-up holiday anyway. So, I mean, it might suck a little bit more, but hopefully you can get your money back for whatever present you got. It sucks no matter what. Yeah, that person's just talking. Appreciate you, man, no doubt. Great question. I ask it to folks all the time. Mine is all right, no bad thoughts. Go play. Wait a minute. Whoa. Go back up. Someone said go play. Wait, no. Go play dodgeball in traffic. Nikki, that's mean. Go play dodgeball in traffic. That just sounds mean. Drizzle, my kings. How's everyone doing? What up? I'm not going to pay attention to that. Okay. All right. Keep that head up, King. No doubt. Andrew Tate helped me. Well, I'm glad Andrew Tate helped you. A lot of people, I think, get Andrew Tate really misconstrued. Very much so. I'm here. Keep being you, bro. Keep being real. Respect here, no doubt. As we go, as we scroll through, how's your mental health, bro? My like overall, it's good, yo. Like I'm feeling good. If I had to give my mental health anything today, I'd probably give it 7 out of 10. I'm feeling pretty good. Trying to think if there's anything majorly on. No, I'm feeling. I got to empty my emotional reserves yesterday. I got to open up, shed some tears, talk about some things, be vulnerable. So I felt really good. And usually for a couple weeks I'm probably good, and then I gotta empty it out again. Um, as we go through, amen. Yeah, I got all that, Corey.
Okay.
I wish I could be better. My father passed last month. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks, man. There's when it comes to death, I talked about this on a podcast before. It's there's not much that can be said that really helps other than pray that he's in a better place and that remember the good things and remember the lessons that were taught to you and apply them to your life and strive to be a better man than your father, because speaking as a father, all I want is for my son to be better than me. I might be the only man in this world rooting for him to be better than me. And so, but it sucks, man. Yeah, exactly. God needed him more than my mom and I did. Yeah. And now just make sure you hold your mom down and your family down, and you keep it pushing, and you just keep taking care of the ones that are close to you. And remember the lessons your father gave you. If you had a good father, right? It doesn't mean he was perfect, but you can learn from it and apply that knowledge to your life, right? Take that with you. So, and let's not pay attention to people that are just talking. Yeah, don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to that. Like they're just looking for something. Would you be proud if your son served honorably in the military and then got out and got a degree? I mean, yeah. I'm going to be proud of my kids probably for almost anything. I just want them I want them to build their dreams in this reality. I want them to chase down what they really want in this world. And so it's that's what I'm really want for my kids. And as far as people hate to hear the truth, it's funny that everybody what's truth, right? What's the truth in your eyes, right? If you knew his father, then yeah, I guess you could speak the truth. But if you don't know him, then you're just speaking out of pocket. You're not even speaking the truth. If you're only living for your kids, what would you do if you didn't have any? That's a good question. I'm not living just for my kids. They were the inspiration to keep me from blowing my brains out. But they're a major part of why I do what I do. My wife is too. So, my mom, if the everything to take care of my mom would be keep me pushing and keep me going. It's like it's why I believe men should have a family. Like if you're living your life and you don't got kids, taking care of your mom should be first and foremost. When you have a wife and kids or kids, now they're part of that equation too. Like, we do better when we have things that we could take care of outside of ourselves. When we know we can take care of someone, it pushes us to work harder to go get at it. No doubt. So it's these things that continuously push us to be greater and greater and greater and greater, that force us to become better. My second wife, I had to become better at communicating. I had to become more emotionally intelligent. Watching my daughter get older, now 20, it was also imperative that I teach her some new things as well. Seeing my son, my son at 14 is more emotionally intelligent than I was as an adult. So having to become better for him. And what's dope is now we can communicate, but now I'm also teaching him how to keep that dog in him. Yeah, you don't feel like going to football practice, you don't feel like going to lift weights, you got to do it anyway, because how great do you want to be at football? I want to be the greatest I could be. Well, there's a sacrifice. You don't want to go, you don't feel like training because you feel sore. Great. Go train anyway. Go put in that work anyway. It may not be your best lift job. It may not be your best training day. But you go put in that work so you can try to become the greatest version you can be for this sport, right? So I'm currently alive thanks to my parents, thanks to my daughter and my parents. Whoa, wait.
Hold on. Yep, sorry.
You good? A little bit more. I'm currently alive thanks to my daughter and parents. Yeah, man, it takes something. So the Trump shooter had psychology. Wait a minute, this should be funny. The Trump shooter had psychologists, his parents, but wasn't allowed to have medication for problems. Man, I have no comment on that, other than I think I'm enjoying all the T-shirts. So God has a path for everyone. So don't try to help people too much. There's a reason God's doing it. I mean, isn't God the one putting the words in my head? Isn't God the one putting the words for me to say to y'all? Again, I talk about the great philosopher DMX. He talks about how he can help people with his raps, but that all comes from God. I tell myself every day I'm going to do something better that I didn't do. Yeah, 1.00001% better every day. Which would you rather have, a gay son or a thought? I'm guessing he's talking about a thought daughter.
Wow.
A gay son. Everyone is supposed to be exactly where they are, and wherever they are at, not everyone could be doing good. Yeah, of course. I'm thankful for all the bad things that I've gone through. I'm thankful for the lessons. See, here, it's not so cut and dry to me. I believe that I was provided with lessons that I needed to learn, and some of them were extremely painful. Cool, whoop wop to bang, whatever. Some lessons I learned with a lot less pain. No matter what, I had to learn the lessons. So we're not negating lessons here. We're not negating pain. I'm sharing experiences. I'm sharing the experiences that I've been through, which at 44 years old, I've experienced a lot of different, I've experienced a lot. And I'm sharing what helped me, what I've learned. That's about it. Why are you mentioning politics? Okay. Obviously, he's not reading. So, as we keep pushing, man, finding that balance in your life, whenever oh wait, oh okay, it seemed like you were trying. I seen what she said. okay, it seemed like you were trying to stop people from what they're going through. No, not at all. You got to go through it. You got to go through it. And the thing is like how you navigate through that is always interesting. This is the one thing I've learned talking with men. Men just don't know other men are going through it. Because women can all get together and they could vent and they could talk. They could do it at work. They could do it at home. They could do it with their family. Men just keep everything to themselves. So in their mind, they don't know if anybody else is going through it. So you got to find your group, right? Whether it's at work, at church, on here, your friends, wherever it is, you got to find your group, your wolf pack. And you gotta be able to share things. So you know that you're not the only one going through it. Because it's a really lonely spot and it's really dark and lonely when you believe you're the only one going through it. And so a more toxic, bitter person, and I like that. I mean, if you choose, yeah. Oh, darkness. I was born in the dark. I was molded by it. Yeah, I love being, it's easy to be the villain. At my core, I'm a villain. I tell people that I'm a villain. I'm an a-hole. I'm a villain. I work really hard not to be a villain. I work really, really hard not to be a villain, even though I know that's who I am. Because it's a choice. And I choose not to be a villain. Because walking as a villain is so easy. And I never want the easy path. Never. And it's funny because men's health matters, striking a balance in life. The balance for me is, it usually comes down to not being the villain. When I worked 7 days a week, 12-hour days, building my businesses, I had good reasons, but I was choosing to be a villain. It's so hard to choose to not be a villain, but it allows me to find some kind of balance in my life between my family, work, the things I want to do. And it's not 50-50, but it allows me to find some kind of structure and balance in my life that works. I don't even know if I'm an anti-hero. I just know I work really hard not to be a villain. Not to just choose the easy road. Women go through a lot of people suffer in silence, worried about what people think. It's harder for men to get women nowadays. That's the main issue. Oh, that's true. Now we're starting to go off topic. Women do go through a lot. I'm not a woman. I do help a lot of women, but I'm not a woman. But I do know women go through a lot. They go through their own hardships. They go through their own things. They go through their own problems and whatnot. And I believe women don't talk amongst each other enough. I don't know why. I wish they did. I wish they did chop it up more often, but they don't. No, please stop. Women life much easier than men. Please don't do that. Women go through nothing, bro. How can you say that? They have life so easy. My mom doesn't have life easy. My mom didn't have life easy. I will say women are okay being vulnerable with other women, and men aren't always okay being vulnerable with other men. I will say that's life in a lot of ways are easier for women than men. I believe this is a hard one to get into. Women, yeah, women. I 100% believe that more quote unquote expectations and standards are going to be put on me as a man than on my wife and or ex-wife. That doesn't necessarily mean life is necessarily easier. And it all depends on what you are talking about when you say easy.
Scroll back up.
No, I can see what they're saying. Especially with court system and divorce, they get half of everything for nothing. Well, it depends on what state you live in. Like in Wisconsin, I believe it's split right down the middle, right? So it depends on what state you live in. It's definitely different. See, like when you, Mark, if you're going to say easy, you got to be a little more specific on what you're talking about. Because I don't believe everything, is my kid's mother gets $2,500 a month for child support, court order. That's not right. No, see, when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, we could say that the courts are skewed towards women. That the data backs that up, right? That's easy. That we could say that. That's easy to break down. We can see it right there. Boom. So that one, I could say is skewed. To say overall women's life is easier, I left everything behind and my husband didn't have crap when I married him and I didn't believe it. I mean, the system is built to help women more often than men. Yes, because the system, see, this is the weird part. And this is the part where I don't understand society, is that the system is built to help women, right? And we can agree on that. The system is built to help women because women are looked upon as the nurturers and the caregivers for the children, right? The system is built off how the old system was. Men worked, women stayed at home. So if there was a divorce, the men should still provide for the woman because the woman wasn't providing for them. So the system data shows that. We came down in court to do half and half and we both pay. Yeah, like, so I'm not saying there's not ways to do that. Like, I've never had an issue when it came to my kids. I never had an issue with my ex-wife as far as that. So as far as, okay, Mark, slow down for me here. Okay, everybody give me a second to address things because y'all going to keep commenting and I'm not going to be able to keep up. Just give me a second to roll here. Just give me a second. Sherelle, just give me a second. The system is set up, right, to help women out because men can go out and go work the harder jobs that are physically more demanding on an average. Not saying women can't do it, but on average, men can work the harder demanding jobs that make more money. Okay? The system is also still set up off of the thought process that the women are going to take care of the children and they're going to work less to take care of that child. Now, the court system has not sped up to the society that they are giving us now, where both people are working, right? And this is going on, blah, 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 blah. There's tons of things that I wish they would change about the system. I wish they set up the system so the child support wasn't going to the woman, but yet it went to a voucher for clothing stores or went towards paying the electric bill, or you can literally see how this income. So if a woman's getting $1,000, you can literally see how it's divvied up to go for that kid, right? Now, as far as you say, I don't think you're stupid for not wanting child support. My mom didn't get child support from my father. Mark, some men have it that easy as well. So like, Mark, what you're starting to get into is the conversations that you see Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate talk about. So I would tell that person, the problem is now that women are working 50 plus hours a week and still getting child support. Yeah, the man should just get a lawyer and handle that. That should be easy to handle, right? So as far as Mark said earlier, that women can pick up men, Mark, well, duh, that hasn't changed. Women used to leave a handkerchief. Like me and my wife were talking about this. Women overall don't really have game. They just know how to get a man's attention, and the man comes and spits at him. Duh, that's always been that way. Now, some women will come up and spit and get a guy and blah, 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 blah. Because, and let's not get it twisted, we can't blame women for that. We blame ourselves. Because the moment the man decides that he's going to have control over his smaller head, he can shut all those women down. Because he's not chasing the woman. He's not chasing sex, right? That's why all these guys are saying, focus on yourself, focus on building your business up, focus on building your income up, focus on building yourself up before you start chasing women, because women will always be there. The issue is that men start chasing women right off the bat and mess themselves up. And I'm speaking from experience. So don't just put that out there. Women have it uneasy. In some ways they do. If you're saying they can pick up a guy. But like, you're talking about such a small portion of the population. Because there's plenty of women that are married to farmers and work on the farm. They got life on easy mode. There's plenty of women that are nurses that are married. They got life in easy mode. Men have to pay all the bills, women don't. Well, that comes down to biology. Women aren't going to be attracted to men the same way if they're working and paying all the bills. So you can't fault women for biology, right? Women are going to be attracted to men that work hard, that provide and do all that. Men, we don't care if the woman works and makes tons of money. We don't care about that. That's not how we're biologically set up. So don't blame that. That's so easy for them to work and not pay, at least half. Come on, bro, stop. But what women don't pay half? Like, I know lots of women that pay. And like, yeah, I know if my wife and I are talking about, the world isn't fair though, right? The world isn't fair. So we can't ask for fairness. I'm okay with the world not being fair. I'm okay with it. Yeah, but it's like, why do you, Mark, let me ask you this. Do you even want a woman to pay half? If you take a woman on a date, do you want her to pay half? Because if you do, then yeah, Sherelle's right. You got to find a different woman willing to pay half. I know I'm not asking for fair. I'm asking you to be honest and say women have it easier. In some ways they do. But I've said that already. If you want me to say across the board they got it easier, I can't say that. So what I'm saying is, if I take a woman on a date, if we're living together, we should pay half the bills. Yeah, if that's what you want. But then you got to find the woman that's okay with that. Broaden your horizons. Find that woman. I know if, like, my current wife and I are talking about having a kid. If we do that, she wants to homeschool the kid. That burden falls on me. I'm okay with that. She doesn't need to pay half the bills because she's raising our child. I'm good with that. I want that. I encourage that. So you know who has to grind and go get it? You know who has to double down and make more money? Me. I'm okay with that.
85%.
Yes, but no women are okay with that. 85% won't pay half, and you know that, man.
What is that number?
Yeah, where's the data from? Where's the data from? I need to know where it's from so we can look at it and read it. Don't just give me numbers out the woodwork. That don't work with me. I'm too intelligent for that.
Please go look it up.
85% women won't pay half. You're saying half the bills? Well, okay, but then that's okay. But but why not communicate that? Before I get married, we're having that talk, right? We're having that talk. Where I'm like, hey, yo, mama, so who's doing this? Who's doing what? This is how we're divvying it up, like blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't care. My wife handles all the money anyway. Yes, they're not biologically set up to want to do that. Right? They like, so I don't understand what the problem is. That doesn't make life easier. They still like I got certain standards now. If I'm paying all the bills, oh, and you're not working at all. You're not working at all. You're not building a business, you're not doing nothing. You're just at the crib. Oh, the house is gonna be clean, laundry's gonna be done, food's gonna be cooked, everything's gonna be Gucci. Period.
So I put it into Chat GPT. They said that is going to be dependent on context, cultural norms, economic conditions, individual household arrangements. It's too general and not specific to give a applicable percentage.
Yeah.
Statistic.
Mm.
So it's going to be where you at, where you're from, what
So
what's
Mark,
the tradition in that
yeah,
area.
Corey just looked up and it said cultural stuff, where you live at. I'm guessing cultural norms, economic conditions, all that stuff.
Household arrangements.
Yep, individual household. Exactly. So that's what I'm basically saying. Why wouldn't that make life easier? But why are you okay? If let's put it this way. Let's say I pay all the bills, right? And she's still working and making money. That money's going somewhere so it can help us. Do I think Beyonce's paying half of the bills, bro? No, I believe Beyonce and Jay-Z have it set up where they don't really have bills. The bills they have are getting paid by the investment they have.
I believe this. If Jay-Z
Yeah.
goes broke, Beyonce will be paying those bills.
Yeah. They're like, but let's work with that theory, right? Let's say we're both making, let's say I make $1 million, my wife makes $1 million, right? I'm paying all the bills. I guarantee you, I know where that $1 million she's making is going. It's getting put this way, this way, this way, and it's making some kind of money back. So if you're the man so if those men are fools to not know where their wife's money is going, that's on them for not talking that out. And I've seen videos where man finds out his woman is storing money in these places. Why aren't you communicating that? Like, I know how much my wife makes. I know where that money goes. And I ask where the money, like if I'm ever wondering where it's at, I ask where it's going. Anytime I want to look at accounts, I can look at, like, this is the thing, yo. It's called communication. I'm not going to sit here and say, woe is me. My wife has it easier because I'm paying all the bills. No, I'm built like that. What does Dion say? I'm him. That's what I want. But if she's making money, I'm damn sure going to know where that's going. Because if we go out on a date, I'm paying. What I look like? I'm opening the door. I'm paying. I'm like, what I look like? I ain't no sucker. That's what I'm saying. I'm a caveman. I'm the same dude that walks down my wife and I could walk on the sidewalk. I got curbside. I'm that dude. I'm a caveman. I'm the same dude that's like, that outfit looks great if I'm out with you. That looks beautiful, baby. That looks good on you. Rock that when we're together. You see what I'm saying? I'm a caveman. So I don't know if life is necessarily easier. So, man.
Got some black women out in Hollywood that's paying the whole thing and they don't care.
Yeah.
Keeping my man at home because I'm making.
Yeah, like.
I don't need you, bro.
And some women are good with that. Some women are good with making all the money and then the man stays at home. And if they don't lose attraction, great. That's not the norm. But it is what it is.
As long as they love each other.
Exactly. And they communicate through that.
Right.
Someone better be at home raising those kids. Man. But on that note, I love y'all, man. This was a great episode. It was good to be back. Thank y'all for chiming in. We do this every Monday. Every Monday. About 10:30, 11 a.m. Central, roughly. Keep tuning in. Keep checking us out. I love y'all on YouTube. Love y'all on TikTok. Appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the likes. Keep your heads up. Ladies, keep doing it. Different topics. Oh, we always got different topics. Always different topics. And you can shoot me some topic ideas that you maybe want me to talk about. I like talking about that. Women always seem to want me to talk about some crazy stuff. One of these episodes, I'm just get buck and start talking about sex. So that should be interesting for the ladies. But I wanted to touch base with the men. Ladies, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Sure. Oh, man. Hey, if I talk about, you know what? This is funny. I didn't know it worked in my favor, right? So when I was separated, when I knew my marriage was done and like there was no getting it back, I was like, oh man, I need to. She said, let me get in on that episode. I said, I'm gonna jump on one of these dating sites, and this time I'm gonna find a woman that really loves me. I'm gonna say I got a 1-inch whoop, can only do it for 10 seconds, and I can't do anything orally. I'm horrible at it. And I figured if I still found a woman that liked me, then I'd be all good. And all the women told me that there's no way a man would say that and it'd be true. So it's not working the way I think it's working. I was like, oh. Because they said it's got to be a real secure man to say some crazy things like that. I'm like, oh, man. Look at me now. All these ladies want to be on the episode when I'm talking about booty and sex and stuff. Well, y'all just DM me and tell me what y'all exactly would want to talk about. And I can get y'all opinion on it and see what y'all think. Because women always give interesting answers. If I have 50 women in the room, in this chat, 25 of them, the 30 of them would say size matters. The other half would say size doesn't. They would say this matters and this matters. And that. And Erica, not me, that's gross. Wait, what? Did you just at yourself? Did Erica just at Eric? Okay, I'm confused by that. But who knows? We can talk about relationships, talk about anything. Pretty soon here, though, I'm going to have footage of like fights, of me coaching fights and be breaking down my coaching and kind of go from there. So expect that. Pretty soon here, we're going to have some interviews. So I came in at Biddy. Wait, what? I don't know what that means, but now I want to know what it means. What's Biddy dancing? Yeah, they know something. Ladies, share. Man?
Oh, Biddy, like small side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Erica's like, no, I can't have it small. Twerking? What? Oh, we thought you were talking about size. Oh, I'm lost. But that's okay. We not in a conspiracy. Yeah. All right. Women always got some interesting ways to look at each other. Some secret codes, secret language women have. Always interesting. But Nikki Starr. I'm curious. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Now, Nikki and my ex-wife getting along, that just sounds scary. I don't even know Nikki. Any woman getting along with my ex-wife is scary. That's scary. and she's laughing.
So-
They're both laughing. Ugh.
What you said.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about no booty dancing.
On the top. I love Jesus.
I love God too, but sex is part, like, hey, if you married and you having sex, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, would y'all okay. Y'all can cool it now. But if, like I said, if there's things you want to talk about or things that you think that you would want to hear, of course, DM me, let me know. I appreciate y'all. 34 new followers, it looks like, or something like that. I'm godly too, but I'm getting mine. Ooh. What you getting over there, Nick? Never mind. I need to stop. We about to start it off again. See, this is what happens. See, the villain wants to come out. We got to put the villain away. And on that note, I love y'all. Holla at y'all later. You control you all day. Deuces. At the right time, I just seen my son chime on. No, we not talking about that when my son is online. Deuces, y'all. Peace.
Bye, Dad.